Good morning, everybody. So today, like I said last week, I'm going to be doing a quick room tour. But something I realized is that I have roughly 50 different species of animal in this room that I'd have to show off, and that's going to take a bit of time. So what I'm going to do instead is just do a quick overview of my animal room, what is where and why it's organized the way that it is. Next week, I'm going to show you specifically just the reptiles that I have. The reason I'm waiting until next week is because I'm actually getting a new snake on Sunday. Don't tell my mom. Then the week after that, I'll show off all the insects that I have. And then the week after that is going to be all the arachnids that I have. And that way the episodes will be shorter and I can go into more detail about all of these beautiful creatures that I have. So just to start off here, this is my bug shelf. These are two bookshelves that I kind of repurposed into being the really the focal point of the room. Praying mantis is on top here. Baby praying mantis is here. Adult praying mantis is here. My six-eyed sand spiders live right here. The adults is in this big 10-gallon, and two little babies are in here. Oh guys, this is so exciting. I gotta set up a camera real quick because one of my tarantulas is in the middle of molting and I want to get a time lapse of it. 1 second. So as I was saying before I was distracted, my tarantula babies and slings, the ones that are like under 2 inches, live on this shelf right here. My subadults and small tarantulas and my arboreal tarantulas all live here on this third shelf down. And the bottom shelf is where I keep my salmon pink bird eater and my Colombian pumpkin patch. And moving on over to the next shelf, starting from the bottom up, we have my king baboon tarantula, which is possibly one of my favorite species. I absolutely love this one. Right next to him is my Colombian giant red-legged tarantula. The shelf above that is my scorpion shelf. I have my Asian forest scorpion, my Tanzanian red claw scorpion, and my Florida bark scorpion. And the shelf above that is kind of the mismatched in their own category kind of invertebrates. Like I have my Tanzanian giant tailless whip scorpion here. Not actually a scorpion, not actually a spider, it's in its own little thing. And next to that is my beautiful Vietnamese giant centipede. The centipede is actually the one animal that I own that still kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, just because it's so dang big and so fast. Now if we run over here, these are my stick insects or phasmids, jungle nymphs, Heteropteryx dilatata. Then in this big 20-gallon here are my anam stick insects, and these are actually all babies that I raised from eggs. I had one large female that laid close to 50, maybe even 100 eggs, and these are the ones that hatched. Almost all of them hatched. Down a level on this lovely shelf, these are my fire-bellied toads. I raised these beautiful guys from tadpoles and I love them very much. They're the most entertaining frogs that I've ever kept. Truly have their own little personalities. They have so much energy. always hopping around and doing frog stuff. And living underneath them is my cane toad. His name is Michael Cane Toad. He's a little bit weird because normally cane toads are super active. You know, they're always hopping around. They never refuse a meal. They're always hunting. But Michael Cane Toad is unique because I got him at a pet store, and I think I got him like the day after the pet store got him in. And wherever he was shipped from, I'm guessing it's Florida, I'm guessing he was shipped in from Florida, something happened to him during shipping. He has these really gnarly scars on his back. He's always been a little bit off. He's very hesitant to come out of his burrow, and he doesn't take food as eagerly as other cane toads that I've seen in the past. So he's very shy, and he's clearly been through some trauma. But that just, you know, makes him more unique, and I'm very happy to have him now. I know that I can give him a good home after having a really shitty life. Living beneath the cane toads are all of my feeder insects, which is why you hear some chirping here. These are the crickets. These are mealworms, superworms. I bet this is really interesting. These are red runner cockroaches and dubia cockroaches. I have 2 different colonies going right now. And if we move over, oh god, my face turned red because I exerted myself too much. I did a single sit-up. Madagascar hissing cockroaches, giant cave cockroach, orange head cockroaches, a couple of lobster roaches, and some green banana roaches. So I have a lot of cockroaches right now, and the reason for that is because I want to film an episode of a new show that I'm going to be coming out with soonish called Bug Bites TV. I want to make an episode comparing cockroach species as pets and as feeders, and what is best for what, and what are easiest to breed, and things like that. So look out for that in the future. I'm aiming to release the first episode of Bug Bites TV by the end of September. So now that's out there, and I've said that it'll happen, and I have no more excuses to keep putting it off. So be excited, because I am nervous. Above the cockroaches is my big crested gecko enclosure, and Mango is hiding in her favorite spot, a little flower. It's a fake flower. I have a few fake plants in here, and then a lot of real plants as well. I keep real plants in my terrariums to help keep the humidity up and to help oxygenate the air. But I also keep fake plants in there because they're easier for them to crawl around on without breaking. And, you know, if they get really dirty, I can just take them out and clean them and put them back in. I can't get over how stupidly cute Mango is. I inherited her from my friend Amanda, and she has just brought me so much joy. She's such a little sweetheart. The fact that I bought, like, all these cool, luxurious hides for her, and she chooses to sleep inside of a fake flower petal is the most adorable thing that's ever happened. Moving right along, this is my favorite enclosure in the entire room. It's my vine snake enclosure. My 2 Asian vine snakes, Groot and Gamora, live in here. They're my favorite snakes on the planet. It's my favorite species to keep. Very difficult species to keep, but still my favorite. I love them so much. They have so much personality. If you've been watching my stuff for a long time, you know that I am obsessed with these 2 snakes. This freaking enclosure just blows my mind every time I look at it. My dad made it for me for Christmas. He also made me this a while ago, and that one a while ago as well. He's a very skilled carpenter, and I'm super grateful for that. So shout out to my dad. This is a snake that needs a lot of space to climb around because they are arboreal. But yeah, man, I'll go into a huge rant about why they're amazing in my reptiles video next week. I kind of skipped over this. This is my gold dust day gecko enclosure. She hides a lot. She'll hang out right on the front glass here, and then as soon as I walk past, she'll jump over to the other side or hide behind the cork bark. This is my western hognose snake. His name is Chester. I inherited him from the same person I inherited Mango the crested gecko from. My lovely friend Amanda Sargent. Some of you guys might know her from Instagram. He's a good boy. Very picky eater. He's the pickiest eater that I have. Kind of a pain in the ass because I have to scent all of his fuzzy and pinky mice that I give him with toads. I have a box of frozen toads in my freezer, and I have to thaw them out, and then thaw out a mouse, and then rub the mouse on the toads, and then that's the only way that he'll eat them. It's a real pain. I've tried switching him over to just plain stuff, live. I'll try and switch him over a few more times, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Next is my rough green snakes. These guys are a colubrid from Florida. Really awesome. They're very often wild caught, which makes me very sad. They're wild caught in massive numbers down in Florida and South Carolina, I believe. When you see a snake like this that's so inexpensive and only eats crickets, they only eat insects their entire lives. It's pretty amazing. People tend to think that they're just easy to take care of, but the fact of the matter is they need very specific care. They need very high humidity. This is not by any means a snake that can survive in a drawer system, in a rack system. A lot of live plants, a lot of heat, UV. They're one of the only snakes that need ultraviolet light. So they're a little more demanding than other snakes. But I've been able to keep mine alive for over a year now, and I'm very happy about that. Very slow growers. Since they are insectivores, they grow a lot more slowly than another snake would. Like in a year, they've probably doubled in size, which is still pretty fantastic. I got them as little babies. But they still have a bit of growing to do. They'll reach about 1.5 feet, 2 feet when they're full grown. My favorite tarantula is my Theraphosa sturmi, Goliath bird-eating tarantula. This is one of the 2 largest tarantulas on the planet. Theraphosa sturmi, Theraphosa blondi are the 2 species of Goliath bird-eaters. This is Theraphosa sturmi. A little bit less aggressive and tends to need less humidity than the Theraphosa blondi. Still a very humidity-dependent species of tarantula. I need to mist this enclosure every day. Keep a water dish right here next to the heat mat so it can, evaporate and cause a lot of humidity. And they also need a lot of ventilation, so I have this screen top up here. Nice hide. I made with some logs and a fake plant. And live plants in there just for humidity and oxygenation. And what did I forget here? Oh, my 2 beautiful little rats. Their names are Daisy and Willow. I've had Daisy for probably almost 2 years now, so she's turning into an old lady. But I'll let them out. And Willow is a little bit newer. I've only had her for like 4 or 5 months, but she's fantastic. Daisy's getting kind of old. When they get older, they get little fatty growths all over their body, and she's starting to get that. But she still has plenty of energy. She's still a total love bug. She knows her name, which is incredible. She comes when she's called, and she's just full of energy still, which is very nice. And there comes Willow. She's real good too. She's a little more skittish than Daisy is. Daisy ain't afraid of nothing. Look at her go. So yeah, that's my animal room. I'm always changing this room. I'm always rearranging stuff. Like a week ago, there was a couch over there, but I got rid of it. I donated it. I didn't just throw it away. If I don't have constant change in my work environment, my content tends to become stale. So I try and switch things up in here as much as I can. Obviously without stressing the animals out too much. But like, switching out the posters, moving around furniture, tables. This room has been my sanctuary for my entire life pretty much. Growing up, it was my playroom. I had all my toys down here. And as I grew up, those toys turn into animals. I'm just watching my rat because she's playing with stuff on the ground right now. Daisy, come here. You're looking at the best rat that's ever happened. Anyway, so the playroom transformed into the animal room / recording studio, and it's where I spend almost all of my free time, if not all of my free time. It's a good place. It's very important to me, and it's kind of tough because I do plan on moving out of my parents' house next year. Me and a couple friends are going to be moving to San Diego, which I am overjoyed for, because if I have to spend 2 more winters here in New Hampshire, I'll lose my goddamn mind. I hate New Hampshire winter. I don't like snow. I don't like cold. So I'm overjoyed that I'm going to be able to go to California, which is where I've wanted to live for a long time. It's going to be, now that it's a reality, now that I know that it's happening, it's going to be so strange, because this room has been so important to me my entire life, and I'm going to have to move all my animals out and find a new workspace. But I know that change is good, and it's going to be really good for me to be in Southern California, be closer to LA so I can collaborate with other YouTubers. But leaving this room behind is probably going to be the toughest part. Obviously, I'm going to miss the shit out of my parents. I love my parents to death. My friends that I've made here are incredible, and saying goodbye to them is going to be fucking impossible. But at the same time, I know that the next phase of my life has to happen somewhere other than New Hampshire, somewhere that does not have snow. So like I said before, next week I'm going to delve into the reptiles and amphibians that I'm keeping, and then the week after that, the insects, then the arachnids, and then we'll do some other fun stuff. And let me know what you want to see more of on this vlog channel, because I want to show you what my life is like outside of Animal Bites TV, as I've said before. I know whenever I'm going to be traveling, I'm going to be vlogging. Like, I'm going to be going to DC with Brian in September, hopefully. From what I'm seeing so far, I love the audience that I've started to build with this channel. I want to see it continue to grow. Whatever you guys want to see from this channel, let me know in the comments and I will make it happen. And that's about all I got. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video and drop a like, leave a comment, do all the stuff that people always say to do. And also check me out on 5 Weird Animal Facts on Animal Bites TV, because that's where I make other good stuff. Hopefully by the end of September, it's where you'll also see Bug Bites TV, which I will start filming soon, because I gotta be good at stuff. Anyway, bye.